good morning, and welcome citizens of Douglas County and Board of Commissioners. The August 4th, 2025 work session of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners will come to order. Roll call this morning. County Clerk, would you please take the roll for the record?
Yes, ma'am. Henry Mitchell, Commissioner District 1. Present. Whitney Kenner Jones, Commissioner District 2, is absent today. Commissioner Martin Raxton, District 3.
Present.
Commissioner Mark Alcaraz, Vice Chair.
Present.
District 4. Dr. Ramona Jackson-Jones, Chairman.
Present. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk, did we have anyone sign up for public comment this morning?
Yes, ma'am, we
Okay.
did.
Would you
Before I call
proceed?
anyone up, I'll just remind you, you have 3 minutes to address the board. Once your 3 minutes are up, you need to wrap up your comment. And when you reach the podium, please speak directly into the mic and restate your name and subject matter and address. Our first speaker is Sharon Bachtel.
Hi, Sharon Bachtel, 6331 South Skyline Drive, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I would like to speak about the CSB and the P cards. In 2019, the BOC voted to split from the Cobb-Douglas CSB to form their own CSB. There was no guarantee that they would receive funds from the state. The Douglas County CSB was given $400,000 to operate that year. In 2020, when COVID hit, the CSB needed more money to retain their doctors because people were isolating and afraid to go to the doctor. The BOC voted to give them the money they needed. Just a few months ago, this BOC made a proclamation to support mental health. So what has changed? You voted to strike out on your own back in 2019. The CSB is the main source for mental health in this county. I think Mr. Lightford has done an excellent job of helping those in need and to bring this community together, and we should do what we can to support them. I've seen a lot of wasteful spending, especially on the P cards. Our tax money has been spent on plastic cups and pens to buy votes. Lots of money has been spent on fast food. Shouldn't we be more concerned about people in need? Our tax dollars pay for a lot of plane tickets and motel rooms. Why are we stimulating the economies of Savannah, Jekyll Island, and Orlando? That money should stay here in Douglas County. Even the coroner, who doesn't do the job she gets paid for, investigations and training, took a trip to Las Vegas. Why should we be paying for a plane trip for a legislative aide to go to Savannah? I thought they were supposed to be here answering our phone calls and emails. If we learned one thing from COVID, meetings and training can be done online. I also wanted to talk about a receipt that was on the May P card statement. This was a receipt for 65 office chairs for $22,537. According to P card policy, the limit to spend per month for each department head is $10,000. The limit for a single transaction is $1,500. When I asked to see the quotes, they said none were required because the single dollar limit for requiring 3 quotes for P card is $1,500. The items purchased did not exceed $500. This did not make any sense. On the receipt, one type of chair cost $519, which is over $500. Is using the P card a way to avoid getting quotes and using the regular purchasing process? A purchase of this size requires the signatures of the administrator. There was an email attached from the finance director stating the money would be taken from general appropriations. Were the commissioners informed on this? These chairs were purchased from a company in Lawrenceville. Why weren't they purchased from a business in Douglas County who pays taxes to Douglas County? The commissioners need to make sure policy is being followed. They should take a look at the P card statements to see where a lot of the money is going. Maybe if you controlled the spending better, we would have more money for the CSB. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Batchel, for coming in, and certainly we'll take this matter under advisement. Madam Clerk, who's next?
Our next speaker, Jeremiah Paranek.
Good morning,
Jeremiah Perinack, 3040 Bomar Road. I'm here this morning to talk to you about three things. Roads, of course, you know I speak to you often about transportation, in particular the Bomar extension. It is a abysmal prospect. It is bad transportation policy. It is bad fiscal policy. We have, as I understand, my wife, best she could find, the proposed budget, not the approved budget for 25, was $4.8 million in roads. When it's $500,000 to pave a 2-lane road, you're looking at 9 miles of road, okay? We have a dismal financial position for road maintenance. We don't need to build that road. That's a bad transportation policy, bad fiscal policy for roads management, okay? So that road, I encourage you all to reject that. We need to stop the engineering work immediately and refocus on maintaining our roads. We don't need to subsidize the federal government, which is exactly what that road does. The federal government needs to subsidize the Douglas County for the large contribution it makes to the greater Atlanta metropolitan area. The next part I want to talk to you about is budget and taxes. The word on the street, a lot of folks would love to be here. They're doing their job to pay their taxes at the end of the year. And they understand that this board has overspent our county's resources by $10 million. Is that right, sir? $10 million, that's the news on the street. And folks are looking at a 30% millage increase. They're not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. We don't like it. So I'm here to tell you that every single item on your agenda today, you need to reject. You don't need to spend another red cent if it doesn't have anything to do with the sheriff's office or maintaining transportation operations on our roadways or any other critical operation. $10 million, a lot of money. That's twice our road budget. We've already blown over. So in particular, the library change order, that's a 43% increase. I've invested over $100 million into American infrastructure in my career, and I'm telling you right now, a 43% increase on a $4 million job, somebody's getting fired. Somebody messed up. We're pulling bonds, we're pulling errors and emissions insurance, but we're not paying for it. All right, I don't know what, and how many people use the library? I love a library, I think it's great. I think most people use their cell phone to get information. I'm all for a library, but ask your CFO, if we are in the hole $10 million as of right now, you've got no business considering a change order in the amount of $2.14 million on that library and the $200,000 on the swimming pool, okay? That's what I got. So again, the road program, that's really facing us August 15th. I encourage each of you to submit to the Department of Transportation's comments, and everybody else listening, everybody else in the room, deny that program. It is a bad program. It is designed to divert traffic off of I-20, which is tantamount to a subsidy to federal infrastructure. We need federal dollars to upgrade US 78. We need federal dollars to upgrade I-20, and we need federal dollars or state dollars to upgrade Highway 5. Chapel Hill and Bill Arp can be fixed. They need to be fixed. They must be fixed. That is not a reason to create a roundabout, a southern arc, a bypass. If you're on Chapel Hill or Bill Arp and seek to access I-20 anywhere else than Bill Arp or Chapel Hill, there is something fundamentally wrong with that roadway. It needs to be fixed. Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. All right, certainly we'll take this matter under advisement. Madam Clerk?
No other speakers.
Okay. Thank you so much. Board of Commissioners, we're going to move into the adoption of the agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt and approve the agenda this morning? Board, do we have a motion?
So move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, Board? We have a motion and a second. Please prepare to cast your votes. Okay, please indicate by raising your right hand if you approve of the agenda. The clerk just notified. Okay, 4-0, unanimous vote with no opposition, and the motion carries. Thank you, clerk, for notifying me that we're not going electronically this morning. All right, agenda items. We will now begin with our, hold on 1 second, Board. I am so sorry. Just want to remind you, Board of Commissioners, we have 3 minutes to make remarks this morning and want us to be mindful of those 3 minutes. And also, you have a 2-minute rebuttal. I'm just going to ask you to please join me in making sure we stay within that 3-minute mark. Also, next would be the approval of the minutes. Next on our agenda is approval of the minutes. Board of Commissioners, please review those minutes and be prepared to approve or deny accordingly tomorrow. Next, we will move to begin our agenda items. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Tomorrow we will have 2 proclamations. The first proclamation will be proclaiming the month of August as Make a Will Month in Douglas County. Probate Judge Valerie Bai will be here to read that. And we will also have proclaiming the month of August as Emergency Management Awareness Month in Douglas County, and Sarah Chase will be here to read that. Next, under grants, number 6, authorization to accept the fiscal year 26 Accountability Court Operating Grant from the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, which is AW-ACFP 26563148, in the amount of $437,282, with a match of $77,167 to be funded through the department's existing budget for the Drug Court Veterans Court Program, establishing the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Karen Alexander.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning.
All
We
right.
can't hear you. You're not on the mic.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so we're asking that you all accept our fiscal year 26 operating budget from the CACJ for our Drug and Veterans Court to our existing budget, and sign all related documents. It has been approved by legal.
Okay. Any questions, board? Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
All right. Good morning. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for both grants for 6 and 7, and just wanted to confirm that the resources are internal resources to the government, to the county.
Correct.
Okay. So
Correct.
they're not any external vendors.
No, it is the existing grant that keeps getting added on every year.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Commissioner Raxton. Any other questions, board? All right.
Okay. We'll move to number 7, authorization to accept the fiscal year 26 Accountability Court Operating Grant from the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, AW-ACFP 26561149, in the amount of $131,406, with a match of $23,189 to be funded through the department's existing budget for the Hope Court Program, establishing the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Karen?
And this is the same, however, it's for our mental health court program. As you know, we operate 3 programs. It also has been approved by legal.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Alexander. Any questions? Board. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Number 8, ratify the application for the library capital outlay grant through the Georgia Public Library Service Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia in the amount of $2 million for the construction and renovation of the Salmon Library, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Lindy Moore.
Good morning. We do thank you for your support in this application. The application has been submitted and received by the Board of Regents, and now we wait for, we should know the results of the application after the first of the year.
Okay. Any questions, board?
Yes.
Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. So the overall budget or the renovations that's being requested in total is about $6,997,000. Is that about right?
Yes, I believe it, the total amount, is this one? The total amount is $7,127,063.
$7 million. Okay. And those funds, I assume, came from the 2022 Splosh?
Correct.
Okay. So if we are able to get the $2 million from the grant, what will we do with the $2 million that is currently slated from the Splosh for this effort?
It depends on when they come in, sir. We have to go within the guidelines of the grant. And depending on when they're awarded, depends on how we fund it. Some monies will come back out of the spot, we will reprogram the spot.
Can you speak in the mic?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Some of the funds will be reprogrammed back in SPLOST for other programs within the Park and Rec allocation. We are still well within our budget. Parks and Recs were allocated $22 million.
Yes.
And we are staying well within that number. We're simply trying to cover the cost of renovations, and as discussed last week, the cost of goods and services go up every year, 25% for the construction-related costs. So year 1 is $1 million, year 2 is 1.2, and so on and so on. And that's what we're facing right now, is a crisis of the cost of goods and services, not extravagant spending. It's just for getting the library up and ready for the 21st century. The library you want for the future for 20 years plus now.
Okay, but I think I heard you say that based on what the requirements of the grant, that these funds could go back for other uses under that particular line item under Parks and Recreation.
Yes, it's all depending on when the grant is awarded.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other questions, board? All right, thank you.
Okay.
Madam Clerk?
We'll move to our business items. Number 9 is approval of change order number 1 with Batson Cook for the Selman Library renovation project for final design and updated construction requirements in the amount of $2,145,063 to be funded by the 2022 SPLOST funds, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Lindy Moore.
Yes, this is the approval of the final design. Yes, the increase of construction costs is what has made this project go up.
Okay, any questions, board? Okay.
Go ahead. Vice Chair, right?
Vice Chair, you have the floor, I'm sorry.
So I understand the, inflation and cost of goods going up, but this is a significant jump. So what did we miss?
Yep.
Once the contractor started getting into the building and seeing the actual state of the building was significantly worse than we had anticipated. So a complete overhaul of the electrical system, of the plumbing, that sort of thing. We weren't anticipating a complete overhaul, but that's what's going to be needed. And there were several other areas that once we got into examining the state of the building, it needed the full overhaul.
Do you have something you'd like to add to that, ma'am?
Yes.
We anticipated repairing the roof. We need a new roof. That's almost $300,000. We need half out of the 6 or 7 HVAC systems on top of the roof. We need 3 new HVAC systems. So this is things that we were thinking repairs, we're having to replace and upgrade. It's not, and we also are doing asbestos abatement that has to be addressed right away. We're dealing with code regulations with a new fire suppression system, which we didn't anticipate having to do. We're now having to put in a sprinkler system, and that requires us crossing the road and digging, connecting to the water line. So there's a lot more in-depth things than when we thought we were just doing cosmetics and just some updates. We're having to do some major renovations.
I completely understand that, but the design of this, I'm sorry, just because I have a field in that background, they should have anticipated the fire suppression system. I mean, that's an easy look at to know that we're going to have to upgrade things like that. And the roof, I understand, but again, that is just a huge miss of adding $2,145,000.
That's huge.
Just my opinion, that's a significant jump, and but I do believe this is something that we probably need to discuss later on. I'll yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right, any other questions, board?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
All right, thank you. Yes, and I'm along the same lines as the Vice Chair Alcaraz. I guess my thoughts are, when they were bidding on this particular project, why was these items not caught by those that were bidding? In this case, I guess Batson and Cook, who got their award, why didn't they not see this when they went out and did their inspection on what it is that they were bidding on?
I can't speak to that. I don't know why we didn't catch it.
Because what it looks like is that they're coming back, and I don't want to say, the initial bid was a good bid, but now they're coming back with a 43% change request.
Some of the items are upgrades, and some of them are just construction repairs. You don't know until you start getting into the nuts and bolts of the wall, until you actually doing your engineering studies and your structural analysis to fully understand what needs to be repaired and replaced. We are actually getting funding assistance through the Regional Library Association to cover some of the costs of internet. We are looking for alternative ways to fund this and repair this and bring this, make these renovations up for the library. So some of these things, until you actually bust in a wall, you do an engineering study, we're not going to see that right off the bat. And that's not something they do when they do the initial wall. They don't do all the pre-analysis. It's after the fact.
All right, well, of the 13 items that are listed in the contract, I would like to know which ones are a part of the change request. So, do we have that?
I need to take that offline and reconcile that. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the answer. And I'm kind of along the lines, I think this needs to be reviewed a little bit more. And if this doesn't happen today, what happens? If we do not approve this week, what happens?
We are pending our building permit, so at this point, I believe we'll be okay. It may delay the opening next summer by a couple weeks, but we can go ahead and take this offline and do a deeper analysis if that is your will.
Okay, all right, that would be my request. All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Raxton. Vice Chair, you have the floor.
Yes, I know I've seen procurement in here. What was the second bid that, or the other bids out of the three? What was the amount totals from those other bids? Do we know that by any chance?
Director of Choice, if you could come up, please. Thank you. Our purchasing director. Good morning, good morning.
I apologize. I was getting ready to go into BidNet. What was the question?
Do we know, or does anyone who's connected with this project, do we know what were the other bids? We had to have three.
Yes, sir. I was actually about to log in then, so that's why I missed the question, just
Okay.
to see what.
I was wanting to know, what is the totals with the bids from the other bids from the,
If you give me a second, I'll
Sure.
look it up.
Okay.
In just a second.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other discussion, board? Other than I believe you all want to put a pin in it and maybe not, proceed with it being on the agenda tomorrow. Is that what I'm hearing from the board?
Or we need to move this from the consent to new business items for tomorrow.
Yes, okay.
I do.
Okay.
Does Parks and Rec, do you have anything to add to this, or no?
They don't-
Director Griffin, is there anything? Oh, that's okay, I'm sorry. Is there anything that you can add to this? Is it follow? No, it's under the library, it doesn't.
It would be
That's right.
Dr. Gilchrist if anyone had
I
something.
think we
Madam
have
Chair.
I think we have a Assistant County Administrator have
Yeah.
something to add.
At this point, we'd like to just pull this and get the commission some more information and revisit this at the next meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I'm good
I
with
yield
that
back
as
the
well.
floor, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our next item. Madam Clerk?
Okay. Number 10, approval of a change order with United Pool Construction for Boundary Waters Aquatic Center renovation in the amount of $200,000 to be funded through the Parks and Recreation budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chad Griffin.
Good morning, Chairman, County Administrators, Commissioners. This is a change order to complete the Boundary Waters Aquatic Center project in the amount of $200,000, and it'll be funded through the Parks and Rec budget.
Okay. Any questions, board? Commissioner Braxton, you have the floor.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
And at some point in time, I would just like to see what are some of the other scope items that United Pool Construction also had for this particular project?
You said that one more time, Commissioner.
What other scope items that they had inclusive of what's being asked for the change
Okay.
request?
You would like to see a scope of work for
Yeah,
the?
if you
Okay, I
could
can
just
get
send
to
that,
you.
that'd be great.
Yes,
Just want to
sir.
get an idea, what is their overall scope that they had as part of the initial ask from, or that they bid it on from United Pool Construction?
Yes, sir, I'll get that over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, board? All right.
All right, thank you.
Director Griffin. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Number 11, approval of an agreement with Joyful Kind LLC and Love to Help Home Care LLC to provide assessments to be funded through Senior Services Department for older adults receiving homemaker services as required by the Atlanta Regional Commission, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Portia Washington.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a required service as part of our annual contract with the Atlanta Regional Commission. We need licensed nurses to provide an initial assessment and 122-day frailty assessment for constituents receiving our homemaker services.
Okay. Any questions for our Deputy Director Washington?
Yes.
Okay. You have the floor, Commissioner Braxton.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Just a quick question. What is the total budgeted line item for this particular effort?
That is a question that I would need to get back to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we have
Our
managing director.
managing director is
Dr.
coming up
Caswilla
too.
Gilchrist.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. So essentially, Commissioner Raxton, this is included in our total contract with the Atlanta Regional Commission. And the total amount for our contract for this year is $815,717.87. And so we invoice the Atlanta Regional Commission per the services that that's provided. And each one of the agencies, they charge per assessment, which I believe is $125. Yes, sir. You have those documents, and $140.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So those are billed to or paid out of the Atlanta Regional Commission budget that has been previously approved, not the county's budget per se.
Absolutely. These are
Okay.
fundings that we receive from the Atlanta Regional Commission. And with that particular funding, we then, once the service is completed, we then invoice the Atlanta Regional Commission for each service that is provided.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much for that
You're
clarification. All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, board? All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Number 12 is approval of an agreement between the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and Darlene Sheridan, contractor, for a previously approved part-time grant-funded case manager position with the jail's reentry substance abuse counseling program in the amount of $33,277.50 effective August 11th, 2025 through September 30th, 2026, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Lisa Williams.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners.
Good morning.
Due to the resignation of our previous case manager, the position needs to be filled. Therefore, we have chosen Ms. Darlene Sheridan for the position.
Okay. Any questions, board?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Raxton, I guess I just need to keep my head this way.
I know.
Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
What was in the initial contract with the previous resource that was providing these services, what was the duration of that initial contract? Was that through the end of December of 2025?
It's 26.
Okay, so it
was 2 years. We
Okay.
had 2 years.
Okay, so it has the same duration as what's being proposed now to end as of 9/30/2026.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's no extension of
No,
time.
not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can get the
Okay.
next one, but this for this session right here. For this.
Okay, all right, so it's just a resource?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, thank you for that clarification. All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, board? All right, if there are none, thank you so much, Ms. Williams.
Okay. Chairman, if it's okay with you, number 13, Ashley Rogers is on her way.
Okay.
So we can,
Move
it's
on to
okay, we'll move
14.
on to number 14.
Absolutely.
Number 14 is authorization to approve the Yancey CAT quote for a 325 TC hydraulic excavator in the amount of $303,891, previously approved in the 2025 PATSI budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. We have Ross Clark.
Good morning,
Hi,
Madam Chair.
Ross.
Good morning, Commissioners. Any questions on this?
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, is this a purchase agreement or is this for a lease?
It is an actual purchase.
Okay. Is it replacing the current equipment, or is this a net new?
It is replacing a piece of equipment that we lost 2 years ago.
Okay, so it's replacing, And I guess I was just curious, and I'm sure we did a cost-benefit analysis of a lease versus a purchase, and was just curious if there was any savings in either way, one way or the other.
Correct. This piece of equipment is also going to be used for the transfer station that we're building now, compacting the trash to make sure we get a good load out and we get the most for our money. So it's, yes, sir, it's going to be used for a long period of time. Therefore, a lease probably would not be the best idea, but we did look into leasing and several different purchase options. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we feel good that this one is the best route and the best option for this particular equipment.
Correct. And it's actually 20,000 under
20.
our budget. Yes.
Okay. All right, it will be used, like you said, beyond just this particular project that we're looking at.
Yes, sir. This is a long-term piece of equipment.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other questions, board? Mr. Ross just had one little quick question. The life expectancies on this particular equipment is probably, what, 20 years?
It's 20, 25 years, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, well, have a great day. Thank you. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Yes, ma'am. We'll move back to number 13, which is approval of an amendment to the juvenile court attorney contract with Amber Walden, increasing her salary by $5,000 for a total of $70,000 as compensation for obtaining child welfare law specialist certification to be funded by the existing audit and legal budget line item within the juvenile public defender's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Ashley Rogers.
Ashley, you have the floor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So Ms. Walden is a current contract attorney for us in juvenile court handling dependency cases or foster care. She has recently obtained the child welfare law specialist certification. It is a pretty highly sought after certification. There are only about 45 attorneys in Georgia who have this particular certification, and it has certainly lended to increasing her representation of parents who have children in foster care in Douglas County. It is a certification that has to be renewed annually, so she will have to keep up with that in order to maintain that $5,000 increase.
Okay. Any questions, board? Ms. Rogers?
I have a question, Madam Chair, if I can.
Yes.
I believe you
Madam Attorney.
emailed a copy. I believe you emailed a copy of the contract. One question is, did she have the certification at the beginning of the year, or is this something mid-year?
She received it in February.
Okay, we'll just have to ensure that the relation back of the 5,000 starts in February, so, because she had a current contract already.
She
So
does
the,
have a current contract.
the new contract will then be to prorate the 5,000 back to February and then going forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ashley, have a good day. Madam.
Okay. Number 15, approval of a resolution to amend the 2024 budget to align with the year-end budget reconciliation. Dominique O'Shea.
Morning, Madam Chair, Vice Chair,
Good
Commissioners,
morning.
County Administration. This is a standard year-end final budget amendment for 2024. We actually brought it through the Finance Committee, and committee members had an opportunity to also look at it. And so if you have any questions, we're bringing it to you so we can have the approval with which to post the entries and close our budget for 2024 and submit the final numbers to the auditors.
Okay, any questions, board? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
CFO, thank you. And I yield the floor back to you.
Okay.
Madam.
Excuse me, number 16, approval to pay Image Trend $5,432 funded by the fire department budget for a community health module add-on to enhance community care delivery by improving outcomes and optimizing resources, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chief Allen.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners, County Administration. Yes, we're looking for approval to purchase this add-on for our community health module for Image Trend to aid mobile integrated health with their casework.
Okay, Any questions, board, for our fire chief?
Yes.
Alan? Commissioner Raxton, you have the floor.
All right, good morning, Chief Allen, how are you?
Doing well.
Good, good. So just a question about the reoccurring fee, and how long would those reoccurring fees apply if we execute this contract?
To my understanding, it'll probably be a year, but I'll have to get back with you on that one.
Okay, because in here they're talking about reoccurring fees, and they said that they could go up year over year up to 7%. So I was wondering, what are those fees? How many years are we looking at? And then if they provided any type of fee structure estimation of what that could potentially be.
Well, with Image Trend normally goes up every year. Image Trend is our cloud-based software that we're required to have that is for our reporting system. It does everything for NIFRs to, with this, mobile integrated health for the reporting of any thing that we have within the department.
Okay. All right, I'm just curious, like I said, how many years are we looking at as far as what those reoccurring fees are? So,
I'll make sure I'll pass that information on to you.
all right, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Commissioner Raxton. Any other questions, board? Okay. Madam Clerk, thank you so much, Fire Chief.
Okay. Number 17 is approval of a contract with Carrollton Water in the amount of $150 per month for 12 months to be funded by the Information Services Department's existing budget for bottleless water ice machine, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliot Buggs.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
Commissioners, administration. This is for our office of water. Right now, this machine is like a water machine, ice machine. We have it in our budget already for it. We already have a machine down there that's not do everything that's been asked for. So we're just asking for it to get this contract started.
Okay. Any questions, board? Commissioner Raxton?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so is this the same machine that last month we had the DA's office come in and to get approval for?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I guess my question is, more for information purposes, is there an opportunity that we could all get the departments together and have one contract and potentially get a savings per month across the board? So instead of each department, let's say, paying $150 a month, if we have multiple departments under a unified contract, those savings may be greater to the county.
Yes, sir.
So I would ask my fellow commissioners to consider that as we're talking about these one-off requests for the same services and the same vendor right now at the same price.
Yes, sir.
All right. Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, board? Certainly, that's bundling. I know
Yeah.
what you're saying, to reduce the cost.
Absolutely.
And Director of Purchasing, does that make sense? I just want to make sure what Commissioner Raxton, I know that proposal, and I'm very familiar with bundling to reduce cost.
Yes, ma'am, it does. Thank you, Commissioner Raxton, for that. It does make sense. I will get with Stephanie. I was actually about to text Deputy Ross to ask her to get with Stephanie, who is the administrator, well, the director for here, and see what other departments may be interested and see if we can do a negotiating of the cost.
That'd be great.
Yes, sir.
That's part of that Lean and Six Sigma approach. Thank you. All right. Next, for our Director
Yes.
Bugs.
Number 18 is authorization to pay $98,828.52 for ROK Technologies for GIS Cloud Managed Services using general fund balance, and amend the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliot?
Yes, ma'am. Once again, good morning. This
Good
is
morning.
for GIS, the cloud services. This was previously paid for by ARPA for the first 2 years, and now ARPA's not paying for it anymore. It's coming out of the department's budgets, and the IS department was going to take care of the service, the managed services part, which is like support part, and I do believe that the other part was going to come from the GIS department. Any questions?
Any questions, board? Commissioner Raxton?
Yeah, all
is
right.
coming out of-
All right, good morning. All right, tell me a little bit about ROK Technologies. Tell me about what is it that they have provided thus far to.
So for the
to
last
county?
3 years, ROK Technologies, they provide the services for all of the GIS mapping that we've put in place, I think back in 2022. They manage the services, they update the servers, they provide They put the antivirus on the servers, make sure there's nothing getting infected, and it also takes the services off of the IT department here in the county, where it has redundancy, so it's more in the cloud. So we have a server here and their server.
Okay, so would you deem this as pretty mission critical for IS?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm hearing then is we've been working with them and had a contract with them for the last 3 years. What we're asking for now is that it comes out of a different funding source.
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay, and I guess maybe I would like to just hear from the CFO in regards to general funds here and just the request. And now that you're hearing this, what is the thought process?
Thank you, Commissioner Raxon. The thought process is because this is a very necessary service. We currently pay for it out of fund balance. Now, they will come in 2026 budget. It's recurring to ask for y'all's approval to include it in their base budget. It was previously paid for by ARPA, which is no longer available.
Okay, so that will be added into the 2026 proposal then?
Correct.
As a reoccurring?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you for answering the questions. Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay, any other questions for Manager Buggs? Okay, thank you. CFO, you answered my question. You said it previously was coming out of ARPA funding, so we're just shifting in 26. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Elliot. Thank you.
Number 19 is approval of a contract with Pro Cutters Landscapes Incorporated pursuant to solicitation 2025-011 for landscape services for the I-20 interchanges at Liberty Road, Post Road, Lee Road, and Thornton Road at a cost of $14,583.20 per month for services between September through December 2025 to be funded from the DOT maintenance budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Solomon Rana.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Board of Commissioners, and County Administration. In 2021, the county enhanced landscaping on 4 interchanges, Lee Road, Post Road, Thornton Road, and Liberty Road, and thereby took the maintenance responsibilities from the state down to the county. Part of that maintenance agreement is upkeeping the existing landscaping per the state code. Our last contract, which was with Brightview, expires towards end of this month, and upon advertising for an invitation for bid, we received 6 responses. Pro Cutters was the lowest and most responsive bidder at the monthly cost listed on the agenda. The scope includes all the required maintenance per the state code, including weed control, fertilization, pruning, and other mitigation required to maintain plantations as they are today. The schedule will vary depending on season, from weekly to bi-weekly and monthly maintenances as required, but are specified in the contract. With that, we're recommending this for your approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Managing Director Rana. Any questions? Okay, Vice Chair, you have the floor.
Director Runner, is there an opportunity to have a conversation maybe with the city of Villarica, since that's also within the city limits, to maybe help her to see if there's interest, or that we can negotiate some assistance from them in regards from finances to help cover some of this cost?
Certainly, sir. There's definitely an opportunity to do that. Given where we are today, where contractually the county is the one who installed the plantations, and we're required to deliver on that maintenance agreement. But if that yields any positive results, it would certainly reduce the burden on our budget.
Yeah, I just think that we at least should ask.
We should.
Okay, now yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Baxton, you have the floor.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
I think you already know my question. The interchanges of Fairburn Road as well as Chapel Hill, do we have any other types of agreements or services similar to what's being proposed for these 4 interchanges?
Sir, as of today, Fairburn is maintained by the city. Chapel Hill does not have any landscaping that we have an agreement on. We do have an interchange improvement project that will include some enhancements. Upon those enhancements, we may undertake an additional maintenance agreement with the state and then include that in these 4 interchanges at that point. But currently, we don't have any.
Okay. All right. Well, look forward to hearing back on that as well. Certainly, when I saw that, I was wondering about the other 2 interchanges and where we are with that.
Of course.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
Okay. Any other questions, board? Since we're on Chapel Hill, where are we with the lights, Managing Director, along that ramp?
Madam Chair, we're well underway. Our initial expected installation date was towards mid to end September. I checked in with our vendor, which is Greystone. The delivery is scheduled for a little sooner than we'd expected. The only complication with this project with the streetlights is the GDOT permit. It's still running its course. We've been monitoring it, and we're working with our counterparts to expedite it as soon as possible. But we do expect the ground to be broken or the work to be started by next month.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much, Managing Director.
Okay. Number 20, authorization to pay $116,700 for ESRI GIS software using general fund balance and amend the budget and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. James Worthington.
Sorry. Morning, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board.
Morning.
As mentioned, this is a request to authorize the payment of $116,700 for ESRI as GIS software to be paid for out of the general fund balance, and amend the budget and authorize the chairman to sign this. I would like to point out, so ESRI is the kind of the operating system of GIS. It's the kind of the lifeblood of everything GIS in the county. So it's utilized by a huge number of departments, kind of sheriff, 911, elections, engineering, planning and zoning, assessors, tax commissioner, GIS. GIS is kind of just the host of it. They manage it and run it, but it's a tool used by everyone else. It also has, I believe, tens of thousands or perhaps even hundreds of thousands of inquiries annually by citizens. So it's kind of our citizen portal that gives all of your parcel information, taxes, everything can be found on there. So I do realize the timing is rather unfortunate, but I want to be clear, this was not a new request. We're in the middle of a 3-year contract with ESRI. We had this in the budget. I don't know how it got removed, but we've been working with finance, and they recommended we just bring it back and ask for the money again. So that's what we're here to do. So let me know if I can answer anything.
Okay. Any questions, board? Commissioner Raxton?
Yep. I think that was a good lead-in, because that was my question, because this is year 2 of a 3-year contract. So I guess my question was, why was it not included as part of the department's budget initially versus now coming back out of and being requested from fund balance?
The Managing Director Worthington is correct. It was requested in the budget, and at that time, the proposal was to see if the users could pay for it, or if it could be charged back, and it wasn't put in their base budget. And he made it clear it's mostly citizens. I just don't see how we're going to charge it back. So we're coming back to you now to ask for it to be funded, and in 2026, it's going to be part of his recurring balanced budget.
Okay.
But the idea of charging it back wasn't plausible.
Okay.
Not to the citizens who are, I guess, majority of the users, and other departments.
Okay. Thank you for answering the question.
Okay, thank you.
All
Any
right.
other
Madam
questions?
Chair, I yield the floor back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Vice Chairman, you have the floor.
Yeah, I'm glad for that comment that, because I don't see how we could charge it back to the citizens, because the citizens are already paying for it to begin with. So, but I appreciate you making it clear too, that it was already in your budget, but then, because I was kind of curious as why this was coming back up too. So anyway, I yield back the floor, Madam Chair.
I would definitely prefer not to ask for it right now, for the record.
I know. Tight. Commissioner Mitchell?
Yeah, just one question to Dominique. So this was funded under the, out of the, what budget? It wasn't actually in their budget. What was it being funded out of? What line item? What was it again?
It wasn't, but the department did ask for it.
Right. No, I'm saying, well, before moving it now to a particular GIS budget, what was it being funded through our savings account? What was it?
Second year he came back asking for it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was funded out of the general fund. This was
General
not
funds,
out of
okay,
the-
got it, okay. Because I thought it was being funded someplace else though.
No.
But once we actually go back and actually do it right, it'll actually be broken out into each department, or would it be actually one department? Because you're saying everybody uses it. Will it be broken down as such? So it'll show up on everybody's budget now versus just GIS, or kind of what that plan is?
It'll still be GIS,
Okay.
the administrator. Now, if there's a proper indirect cost allocation, the non-general fund departments will probably get their own share. Most departments are general fund.
Right.
And of course, we cannot charge the citizens. So that's
Right,
probably a
right,
very small portion of it. Let's assume fire uses it, but the bulk of it is still general fund. And for purpose of audit trail and tracking the expense, we'll still retain it in GIS. So in '26, we'll probably recommend that it's funded in GIS as
Okay.
well.
So
Yes.
it'll be solely GIS, which is
Correct.
fine. But for those other users, end users, you're not going to try to break it out. Because what I'm trying to do is to reassure us that the funding, not only the funding source, but the line item, it's shared equally
Yes.
for those departments. Because GIS is only kind of maintaining that 116 budget line
Mhm.
for everybody else to
Mhm.
kind of use it
Right.
as an end user, though. So
Right.
is there kind of sort of a plan to kind of break it out, or you just want to keep it there as a holding point of reference with GIS? And for those who use it, will you be kind of calculating that so in 2026, not, it would be 27 budget, you can kind of break it out, because now you have the data to say this is kind of, should be the breakout? Because this is going to be an ongoing, reoccurring cost, correct? And I'm only just trying to throw out a suggestion so we can make sure that we're not misspending as the conversation normally goes, or we're not spending monies. The monies are being spent where it actually should be because of the cost or the services that we're providing.
Correct.
And these are the end users.
Right.
And this is where the costs come and add up to. It's just not GIS, if
True.
that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I mean, there can be an internal service
okay,
cost allocation. Right now, we don't have that structure.
right,
The one that will be clear cut will be a separate fund. The scenario I gave you, if fire was using it, or landfill, those are all separate funds from general fund. Those rightfully should be charged back to those funds.
And that's
But
what I'm
within the
alluding to.
general fund, it might be an internal service allocation in order to track where the expense is going to and from. But keeping it centered in GIS now lets us know the total cost
yes,
countywide
get it.
in general fund for GIS cost. And then, an internal service allocation can determine which department uses it most. But the monitoring and administration of it is better monitored from that central
Understood.
area. Yes.
Understood. But if you could, at least internally, start to show that data as to kind of where it goes, how it's being used, where potentially an additional cost, not, because the number will still be the same of 116.
Right.
It'll be the same. It'll just be maybe 5% or 3% or 20% is allocated to X. Is that doable, or is that asking too much internally, not,
Yeah, so we can certainly try to track that going
Right.
forward and see which users are the dominant users. I'm fairly comfortable in saying the citizens are the predominantly dominant users at this point.
Not that we can charge the citizens,
Right,
but we at
so-
least know that,
sorry, I gotta
no, you're fine. Now that we just know where that, not that will be a cost to the citizens, no. But at least we'll know that 60% is being used here. Even though we'll pay it at 116, that number will not change. But internally, we'll know what that is.
We can certainly track that going forward, and then we can look at possible chargebacks from other funds to see
Right.
if there's a way to reimburse the general fund for that, some of that cost.
Right.
I think it just, initial response would be, the bulk of the users are gonna be within that general fund or the citizens. So I wouldn't look to expect a huge amount of reimbursement, if you will.
Oh, no,
out of
no,
the other
I'm not
funds,
expecting
but
any
we
reimbursement
can
from-
definitely look at it and see if there's any savings there, any way to do that.
Right. Because if we end up having to look at someone with an enterprise fund that should be doing something, then we need to kind of know that this is where 20% of that usage being going, and they could use their enterprise funds to fund 20% of this 116.
Correct.
Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's okay. Outside of that, that's all I have. Thank you. And again, this is a recurring cost. And how many years we got on this?
We're in the middle of a 3-year contract.
Okay.
And we'll be going, so we'll have this again for sure next year, and then
Mhm.
we'll relook at it again. Esri is the kind of the global dominant leader on GIS products, particularly in government. I believe they've got something like 95% of the share. So, I mean, it is the kind of go-to software. So there's, at this point, I would say a relatively small chance of us going with someone else, and this
Right.
comes directly from them. We don't go through a third-party vendor or anything. It's directly purchased. So it is a 3-year deal we did now. You may recall it was done that way so we could split the payments up rather than paying, say, I can't remember, $360,000 was the one-time payment.
Right.
But they would allow us to do it over 3 years with these 116. It changes a little bit. So
Got it. And that amount is solid based on the 3-year commitment we've got with these guys.
Correct. Our next year will be equivalent. The first year was a little bit less. Next year will be 116,700 as well. So it's exactly the same as this year.
Got it. Okay, all righty. Thank you very much. I yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Mitchell. Vice Chairman, you have the floor.
Just a
Rest.
quick question, since you were talking about tracking. Is there any way that you can tell if, say, other professionals such as real estate attorneys or real estate agents or anything are constantly using this system?
So I don't think on the public portal, they would be accessing through the public portal. I don't think we have a way to track specifics of who the public user is.
It was just a question. All right, I yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. All right, if there are no discussion, thank you so much, Managing Director Worthington. Madam Clerk, was that it?
Yes, ma'am. Can I assume that this will go under consent, or do we need to?
Or do you think you have any more discussion about that particular item? Yeah, it can go under consent. Okay, thank you. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, Board, do you have any more additional comments before we certainly tap on the shoulders of our county attorney? Okay. County attorney, do we need to go into executive session?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we will.
Okay, sounds good. Board of Commissioners, also in the citizen, let me address the citizens first of all. Certainly, we will be taking a slight pause for the calls. The Board of Commissioners and I to engage in our executive session, and we appreciate your patience. So, yes, Board of Commissioners, do we have a motion to move into executive session to discuss litigation, personnel, real estate, and cybersecurity? Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, Board? We have a motion and a second. Please indicate by raising your right hand if you're in favor. We have a 4 unanimous vote, and the motion carries to go into executive session. And so I will see you all upstairs momentarily in a second.